Test. Test.
We watched the BBC interview with
Just a second, everybody. Just a second, everybody. Just a second, everybody.
What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. Good evening and good afternoon. We made it. Last time I couldn't get this to work over here on this software. Couldn't get live, so we had to be on StreamYard last time, and which has its own pluses and minuses. Mostly minuses, just because um, no, just because when I'm doing something like I'm doing today, what I always do when I'm trying to um, share stuff and take you through information, it's a lot more drama on StreamYard to transist between you and me. And so this is better. So we hope this will hold up. I'm not going to do a lot of fighting on this because I don't feel like it. So we hope and we pray Allah that this stream will stay problem free. If it doesn't, then I'm over it. I'm out. I actually was preparing to finish part of our last piece, Black Faces in High Places. And then I learned of this white bitch, of course, in Florida, which is the toilet of humanity. I learned that this mother of 4 had been murdered by this white bitch. And there's Benjamin Crump. And I just want to be at some press conference that he gives where I can just yell out, "Don't you have other cases you're working on, Ben? How do you have time to be on this case? Why are you here? Could we get a statement, Ben, if that's your real name?" I'm beginning to, my first thought when I saw him in this case, he's a CIA operative. He's a CIA operative. He must be. He's some sort of a government asset. Because as someone who loves law, but most of all as someone who's worked for a lot of attorneys, I've been in a lot of law offices. I know the character, I have a very good sense of the character of lawyers and their time management and, all of that. I'm the one who proclaimed to you when Joe Biden, the diaper, the shuffling diaper, when he named the cackler as his vice president, one of the observations I made for you about her, I said, you're never going to see her gussy it up, everybody. She's a lawyer. She's a lawyer. And what I know from working with a lot of lawyers, but also being exposed to female attorneys, they don't gussy up. They don't have time. It becomes a part of their way. I don't know if they're even aware of it. Maybe if they have, moments, those sort of date nights with their husband and their family or something like that, you might, and we don't have any videos or pictures, but you might catch them in something. But no. I said, all you're going to get is everything we've seen her in is those blazers, brush the hair, and go. You're never going to see her in an updo with, some nice little earrings coming down, some Versace dress, some 6-inch heels, very girly. They don't do that. And sure enough, all you've seen her in is exactly what I told you would see her in. No matter where she's been, across the earth and all that, this is all they do. So I make this observation about Benjamin Crump because he's the perfect operative to use. He's a lawyer, so he's not Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson. Although, like them, he can't articulate very well. That's no stain against him. I'm not mad at the way he speaks, You don't have to speak the perfect English. So he is articulate, but it's coming out of a black instrument. A black Southern instrument, no less. Which gives him a certain something. But how is he there? And I watched a part of some of the stuff I'm going to show you. Because I need to evaluate how long was it. Do I need it? Maybe I don't need it all. It's not saying what I think it's going to say, whatever. and he is the coacher in chief. His primary um, holding as an asset for the government is to get to the family and proclaim peace. Not go out and kill everybody who's responsible for this, take out the precinct, take out, no, we're not calling for peace. Yes, my brothers and sisters, if y'all want to get in the streets and fuck shit up, go ahead and do it. It's nothing, I'm good with it. They don't want that. So in comes Benjamin Crump, who is a Christian. And indeed, the press conference that he gave with the family, there he was speaking just like a preacher in a church, and he was in a church. And they're all surrounded by Christian people in the church. In the church. I'm really over it. I really am. I'm really over it. I think I want to start with Tyler, though, first. Just because I have an article pulled up already. And the stuff that I have for the other thing, I have to go into my files and get it for you. So this is just being lazy. But then I heard this, that Tyler Perry had bought BET and VH1. I haven't read anything. I've just heard what you heard. I heard. So we're gonna read and find out. Did he really buy it? Is he the single chief executive? Like that's it, and now is it under a different name? His production company, his film company, his studio? Is it now a conglomerate? Does that now join VH1 with the Tyler Perry Studios? Does it all become one umbrella? What's going? Because sometimes you can hear, just like you heard that Magic Johnson owned or bought Starbucks. That's what a lot of black people were saying. Bought Starbucks. That he bought TGI Fridays. That he bought whatever the theater chain was. Well, there's a difference in buying something, everybody, and franchising it. You can go out and get a McDonald's today. That's fine. But you don't own it. You own that McDonald's, but you are beholden to McDonald's. You still enjoy their supply chain, where you get your buns and burgers and fries and all that stuff. You just buy in, and yes, you own that restaurant. You're an agent owner because you are a franchisee. McDonald's still has it. You don't own it, and therefore you can't just put anything on the menu and change it and all this kind of thing, Especially with a brand like McDonald's. It's been around forever, and they're very consistent across the board. Wherever you see them across the earth, it's McDonald's. Sometimes you go to foreign countries, and to be a little different, you'll hear some people tell stories. At the one you go to, like Turkey, and they have such and such. Ooh, but that's an aberration. So what we really want to know, what I want to know, we want to know and understand about this alleged now buying of BET and VH1 as it relates to Tyler Perry is, does he own it? That's our first task. Does he own it? That's first. Does he own it? Because when I looked up his net worth, Tyler Perry is only worth $1 billion. We'll just double check it. And $1 billion is not enough to buy up BET and VH1 in my mind. What is Tyler Perry's net worth?
According to Cosmopolitan, once again, Tyler has a net worth of $1 billion, and he's been extremely generous with that money.
Okay.
In February 2023, Tyler donated $2.75 million to help older homeowners in Atlanta pay their property taxes.
Appreciate him for that. He's not doing... It's not enough. He's not doing enough. But Tyler is someone we can at least, we're hearing things. Every time we turn around, he paid off everybody's layaway. Ooh, Tyler sent his plane for a nobody. Ooh, Tyler did this. We just now in that one, he paid off or bought homes 2.75 million or something, or 27. What was the number? Oh, I already botched it off. So we hear things about Tyler. At least we hear stuff, you know. Um, he's the only name we hear. He's the only name we hear. Again, he's not doing enough. Because in my mind, you should be, the only reason to have $1 billion or more is that for us as African people, at the same time that we're screaming about reparations and self-ownership and all that stuff, you have your money and he's generous. So you, not just him, but all these Negroes out there with money and fame should be established, not donating. I don't want you to donate anything to anybody except for black people. And I don't really need a donation. I need you to establish shit that gives us power and position, status, and generational wealth. So build a chain of movie theaters that is black owned and operated. Nobody else not black need apply. Period. From top to bottom to the bitch on the fries is black. You understand? A chain of markets, set up whole affordable housing units that are very nice, like almost condo status, because you can make something look like a condo and spend nothing on it, you know. So it doesn't have to be like, oh, use marble floors and granite counters. It can still look very upscale and you didn't really spend a lot of money at all. So give some affordable housing where it's nothing. You understand? Where the people aren't paying more than 20%, no more than 20, because I don't want it to be 20, but no more than 20% of their income on rent. Do you understand? In fact, I just saw where in Ghana they are building affordable housing, and it is the mission statement of the government that Ghanaians should not be paying any more than 30% of their income for rent. Appreciated that. So our task first, we want to know, does he really own it? B, what did he pay for it? Those will kind of be intertwined. Is it a long-term buy? Did he buy it outright? He's got a receipt now and they can all go home. Does current CEOs and infrastructure continue to remain in place? What else do we want to know? We also want to know, does he own it? What did he pay for it? And I would suggest to you that were they failing companies? Because VH1 used to be destination television. It's not anymore, to my understanding. I don't know the last time I watched a music video. Do they still make music videos? Like, really, I'm dead ass. BET, you know, and does that come with BET Plus and the app and all that other stuff? There are other scaling models that they have attached to BET. What's involved in this before we start congratulating Tyler? And also let us not congratulate Tyler because, again, it's the shiny object. So that even if you feel a type of way in your heart, we don't express that outwardly. We're not ready to be happy for you yet because we need to sniff and vet and understand. So in this case, we, you know, what will it mean for us? What will it mean for us? If it doesn't mean something for African people only and period, then it means nothing to us. Then it becomes just a personal gain for Tyler Perry and maybe a few jobs for a few black people just because. You understand? So let me bring you in. Let me see who's here. And then we're going to get started. What do I need to do? Uh, and let's remember to thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up the stream. You didn't remember, now I said it. Please don't make me have to bitch at you today. Just be an adult and click the like button and be over it. Simply Sandra, a big shout out to you. I don't have my glasses. So another shout out to you, Son. I love you. Black Beauty, big shout out to you. Good to see you. Sunshine, it's been a minute. Good to see you. Oh yeah, thanks, Black Beauty. And remind me again, because I may forget, even though you give me the reminder there. Keep reminding me and get on me. Yes, yes, yes. Make sure that I get to that. Sunshine, you say, I wonder if people got the notifications for this live. There's a lot of missing faces. Yeah, you're right. I didn't know that until now. I'm looking and I see. Is this accurate? Let me see if this lines up with that. Then Sandra. Jedi. That white racist killed that mother of four in Ocala. That's what it is. Florida. This is in northern part, about 4 hours from me here in South Florida. Sunshine, you say, Jedi, you have us on the edge of our seats. Moon Goddess, a big shout out to you. Stephanie Gerald, a shout out to you. Hello, Jedi, in the chat. Peace and blessings. Andrea Smith, a big shout out to you. I love and miss you. I'm late once again. You're not late, Andrea. I'm just getting started. Cheryl Bryant, big shout out to you. Yeah, you're right. Whoever said that about the missing faces. Yeah, but well, we'll see. We're just getting started. We'll see what's gonna happen. Yeah. But let me say this also, which is also why, and I announced it last time. I'm saying it again. You guys need to go to Jedi Africa and subscribe. You need to do that. That's my other channel. You need to go to that channel and subscribe. Just because I'm telling you to. That's it. If you don't, you will be very sorry that you didn't. Cheryl, you say, Jedi, I missed your last live stream. I was so fucking busy and stressed out that day. Well, it'll be there. You can watch it anytime, Cheryl. You know? Okay, I'm supposed to bring you guys in. I need to get this monitor set right so I can track my movements. I was trying to wait till it cooled off, y'all, but I just couldn't. because I don't know when it's going to be cool. So I'm going to be up and down dealing with this air conditioner. Okay, let's get you guys in here. Why do you do the things you do? Keep on acting like a fool. You need to know it's me, not you. Come on, man. I mean, I know it's switched over, but there's a delay that you don't experience. I can't. So I don't want to start if I gotta see it's done first. So now, this is, okay, that's fine. This is Fox 5. Congratulations pour in for Tyler Perry over historic BET VH1 purchase. But did it actually happen? I didn't read that part. I didn't see that. And the other thing I want to say to everybody is keep in mind as we go through this that I've always proclaimed to you there are no firsts. You don't have any. You don't have any. Because when there's a first, it will look, sound, and be completely different. You'd be like, that must be the first black whatever. All right? So just keep that front of mind as we go through this. And this is petty, but I can't even get through it. The beard with, this is my punch-all, it's just in a different container. No, brothers, women can relate to this so that you won't feel left out. You've all seen a school play, a sitcom, or whatever, where they just put a beard on somebody. That's what this looks like. I'm over it. Like, I can't. And then they always do this, like straight down, like straight from the ears down into this. It looks kind of gay to me. It looks sissified some type of. I don't like it. I can't with it. And I just hate it on Tyler Perry, and he looks so much better without it. It's not what we're here for, Jedi. All right. This is out of Atlanta. This is Fox 5. This is 14th June, which I believe is today. No, today's the 15th because my aunt's birthday is tomorrow. Today's 16th, yep. Tomorrow's would have been my aunt's birthday, who died the same year as my grandmother, my Aunt Liza. All right, congratulations are pouring in for Tyler Perry after news reports that the media mogul successfully acquired BET and VH1, making him the first the first African American to own two major television networks, plural, except no one knows if it actually happened. All right, this is not what I bargained for. I didn't know, like I say, I saw Tyler Perry, click, and I had it staged as the article that we would start with. So we're learning as we go. Many celebrities, social media influencers, and blogs have taken a since-deleted article making the bold claim on Monday and have run with it throughout the week. I don't know what I just read. I'll read it again. Many celebrities, social media influencers, and blogs have taken a since-deleted article making the bold claim on Monday. They're missing commas, and have run with it throughout the week. Okay, so they've just got punctuation errors going on there. The lack of. It's important to note that Viacom, BET Networks, Paramount Global, and Tyler have not made any announcements confirming the news. Wow, well then we're done. Maybe I'll just find a more recent article. This is from 14th, so we'll go back and just see if we can find something that's more current than 2 days ago. Here's what we know about Tyler Perry buying BT. This is 23 hours ago. Let's go. The Michigan Chronicle. Here's what we know about Tyler Perry buying BET and VH1. And that's the other thing I was going to say. I'm glad they mentioned in the little bit that we read, because these are conglomerates, and we've known for years that Viacom owned BET. Like, it wasn't. Remember, we bitched for years that there's no need to call it BET anymore because it's not owned by black. It's not owned by black people. And I feel like I did a piece years ago where we saw the board of BET, and what we didn't see us. So that aside, for now, what is the status? Because this would be one of Viacom's holdings, or two of their holdings. We're going to get into this. Let's expand. Rumors of Tyler Perry officially acquiring BET and VH1 have been swirling on social media after a now deleted article reported that his purchase had been finalized. On Monday, 12th June, congratulations began pouring in for Perry following reports that he won the bidding war for the networks against other alleged contenders, including the likes of 50 Cent. I just lost half of that tooth. And I think I slipped a disc. Shaquille O'Neal. Don't take away my icy hot commercial, Martha. Byron Allen, missing in action. Kenya Barris and P. Diddy. Keke Palmer, who got her start in the industry as a child actor in Perry's Medea's Family Reunion, even posted a video on Instagram congratulating him on the alleged purchase. Tyler Perry watched, quote, Tyler Perry, I watched you up and close, that's what it's, up and close and personal. I'm over it. Since I was 11 years old. Keke said, what's left to be said? Congrats, Virgo father, I love you. No shade to Keke. I love her. I love Keke Palmer. I love her. I do. Not mad that she would give the little shout out piece because whatever. Okay, I guess this is her video.
Yeah, I'm already gonna. I'm already.
Tyler gagged all of you. Period. First African American to own 2 networks. Bottom like that.
No, I said.
Don't
I said
say
a
anything
message
to me.
the group.
I love her. I don't know why the video was cut off. I don't know if that's how, I don't know. However, Viacom, BET Networks, Paramount Global, and Tyler haven't made any announcements confirming the news. With VH1 now under BET Media, Group, Perry would make history as the first black man to buy 2 major television networks. What's missing here? Why? All right, we're going to pull another piece because we don't know anything still. And keep in mind that I've already speculated over his net worth. And in my mind, that's not enough to buy 2 networks. I own 3 networks myself. I don't want to get into it. Don't ask me questions. All right. But that doesn't feel like enough. Like, I don't know. Is Tyler Perry the new owner? That's from Benzinga. Hip Hop Vibe. Tyler Perry buys BET and VH1 networks. Okay, let's go with Benzinga. This is 1 day ago. Is Tyler Perry the new owner of BET, VH1? Inside the rumors. I don't like this. Doesn't look like an article. Reports have surfaced that world-renowned producer, is he really world-renowned? World-renowned producer, director, actor, screenwriter, and entrepreneur Tyler Perry has finalized a deal to purchase BET and VH1 from Paramount Global. Okay, not Viacom. Amid unconfirmed reports, let's delve into the most recent news and speculation. What happened? Media giant Paramount has been exploring the sale of BET Media Group, which includes the cable network BET and VH1, as Benzinga reported in March. Among the interested parties was Tyler. BET was founded in 1980 by Bob Johnson, who sold us out, and his children don't sound anything like black people. You would know that they were if you met them and saw them. It's fine. I'm over it. And served as a leading media outlet for the black community, often a place to showcase the talents of underrepresented performers in movies, television, and music. Johnson sold BET to Viacom in 2000 for $2.3 billion. That's our first important piece of evidence right there, everybody. I suggest to you. Because just doing my intellectual speculation, opening up, I wanted to know what was his net worth. So now this is a good piece of reference because we're getting statistics on a comparable sale, exchange, and this was 23 years ago. 2.3 billion that Viacom bought BET. That's how bad they wanted the niggers and to control that. And suddenly, Tyler Perry or Tavis Smiley's nightly news show went off. 106 in Park went away. There were some other news type shows that all went away. It just all went away. Anyways, Perry's name has generated. So now the 2.3 billion, that was for just BET, bitch. So now, if his net worth is what we have been led to believe it is, 1 billion, as I said, it's not enough to buy 2 networks. I own 3 of them. So, anyways, Tyler's name has generated the most buzz, which, with his success in launching several media brands and being a leading content creator of movies and television shows. In 2019, Tyler also contributed to the launch of the BT Plus streaming subscription service under Paramount, in which he owns a minority share. Ha ha! And I've speculated on that already. just a few minutes ago, I said, now, does this come with the scaled end of BET now, the BET Plus, and there's some other stuff and just stuff. Does he get that? Now we find out he's a minority shareholder or share owner, a minority owner of the BET Plus. So will this make him the majority owner of that? I would assume so. My question is kind of rhetorical. The best reports. Okay. Several media outlets have indicated that my audience is making my do-rag tight, as they always do. Have indicated that a deal between Tyler and Paramount has been reached. Several media outlets. Well, then name the fucking outlets. Well, they're not sources. They're just outlets. So we'll let that go. Several media outlets have indicated that a deal between Tyler and the shit has been reached. Hip Hop Vibe reported Tyler bought BET Media Group for $400 million. So that means it's a piece of crap then. As I just speculated, I go, are these flailing companies now? Because I don't hear about VH1 no more. Really hear about BET all like that. And if Bob Johnson is selling it for $2.3 billion 23 years ago, we would think that it shouldn't depreciate. The value should have appreciated. But this is all speculative. Again, it's reported by Hip Hop Vibe that he bought the BET Media Group. Language is important when it comes to business, everybody. So don't just end on BET Media Group, because that means there's other shit that's under that, and that means coin. For $400 million. News One suggests the reports of Perry landing BET Media Group might be premature, even though they're being widely circulated on social media. The report links the streamer as the source for many of the social media posts. Just a second, this is important. News One suggests the reports of Tyler landing might be premature. So News One is major. Remember, Roland Martin used to have his show on News One. And they're saying it might be premature. That's an important word. That means that could infer they know something, but nothing been finalized, that it's not false, it's just premature. Comma. Even though, still News One, even though they're being widely circulated on social media. The reports. All right, the reports links the streamer. It's one word, I guess that's a name of something. That's the source, this streamer, as the source of many of the social media posts, like why this is a story. The streamer later took down its report on Tyler's purchase. Well, I'd like to know who they are. And if this turns out to be not true, and they just pulled it out of their ass, not like we had some information that led us to believe this and we wanted to jump to the story, that's different than just saying it. Because now you could be open for libel. Because I could imagine any attorney worth his salt marching into court for Tyler and saying, he's been devastated by this worldwide. It's been a public embarrassment to him. He's a mogul. He's a businessman. He has a name that is known. He has name recognition, Your Honor, and we just can't. And now the embarrassment in the business community. He's got investors that won't do business with him. I mean, they don't want to play around with this. Like if it's just like, ooh, let's just say this happened. You know what I mean? A tweet from Culture Central was widely circulated on Twitter. The tweet has been seen over 1.5 million times and is from an account with under 3,500 followers. That's important. It's like I told you, I've said to you in the last several months. Notice there's these black channels popping up. These Negroes who are using this language of woke and leftist, and I guess they're supposed to be some type of Republican, some bullshit or whatever. And you'll notice that their view count will be like something outrageous, but you only got this many subscribers. Like you don't have enough videos to have this many subscribers. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't have 2 videos and have 1 million subscribers. This is that. So that's the point they're making. The tweet has been seen on this Culture Central over 1.5 million times and is from an account with under 3,500 followers. Quote, for the first time in 21 years, BET is black owned again. This is the quote now from, I guess, whatever Culture Central is circulating. Quote, the first time in 21 years, BET is black owned again. And for the first time ever, VH1 is now black owned. Tyler Perry just made history as the first African American to buy 2 major television networks, the tweet read. Rumors of in quote at the networks. All right. Rumors of Tyler acquiring BT Media Group have arisen and amid claims that other potential suitors have included the people I fucking read earlier who all make me sick. Come over. All right. Benzinga reached out to Paramount for comment and will update the story as it receives a response. A message left with Tyler Perry Studios went unreturned. Listen, well, let's a little bit more. Why it's important? Paramount has been looking for a potential sale of BET Media Group to improve its financials as it focuses on growing its Paramount Plus streaming platform. Best known as the creator of the Medea franchise, Tyler had a previous deal with Lionsgate Films that saw the successful release of several million-dollar grossing movies at the box office. Viacom, a unit of Paramount Global. So Paramount Viacom is not the it as big the fuck as they are, but they are a unit of Paramount Global. So Paramount Global is bigger than fucking Viacom, bitch. You understand? Signed a deal in 2017 with Tyler to create new exclusive content. Lately, Tyler has branched out to work with some of the top streaming companies. In 2022, Tyler announced a 4-picture deal with Amazon Studios, a unit of Amazon.com Incorporated. The deal includes Tyler writing, directing, and producing 4 original films that will be exclusive to Prime Video. Quote, I'm excited and grateful to start working with Amazon Studios to bring movies to Prime Video, Tyler said at the time. As reported by BET, Tyler has also worked with streaming leader Netflix on several movies, including the 2022 release of A Jazzman's Blues. Netflix will also be the home of a World War II drama from Tyler called 6888. The movie 6888. The movie, which stars Kerry Washington and her lisp, I'm over it, is about the first black female battalion to serve overseas during World War II, as reported by Variety. Oprah Winfrey, Sam Waterston, and Susan Sarandon will also appear in the movie. Quote, to honor the long-ignored worth of 6888, has been the greatest privilege of my career thus far. Tyler captioned the photo. Blah blah blah. Just want to stop and say this. So now he immediately, when he did the thing with Viacom or Paramount Global, he was like, "I'm glad to be working with them. This is such a great thing. Netflix, amazing. They're fantastic." So where would be the statement? If this was real, there would already have been a statement by Tyler. Something. Maybe let me see how much more this is left, because maybe we need to go and look at TMZ, because they know stuff. They know stuff. We're just about at the end of this. The movie will be the fourth Tyler titled release on Netflix. Should the rumors of Tyler's acquisition of BET be confirmed, the focus might shift to any original content he could be developing that isn't already associated with other media entities. All right, let's go back. So now, our main task now is we're just trying to find out, is the shit true? You feel me? I was all prepared to delve into, the terms of the deal and blah blah blah. We don't know if there is a deal. Conflicting reports about Tyler Perry's purchase, blah blah blah. Rumors report. Okay, Tyler Perry buys BET. Reports. Tyler Perry media mogul buys BET Media Group, including blah 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 3 days ago. Report. Tyler Perry finalized it. Again, nothing affirmative even in the titling. Here's what we know about Tyler Perry. Blah, blah, that's 1 day ago. This is Black Information Network. We're going to go with that, and we can't go on. Here's what we know. This is the Black Information Network. Again, this is the worst picture of Tyler. I can't even do it. I think I just lost a retina. All right, let's... Pretty sure I scratched my cornea. Just looking at that picture. Rumors is the opening word of Tyler Perry officially acquiring BET and VH1 have been swirling on social media after a now deleted art. Well, this is like copy and paste from something we already read. Then the Keke Palmer thing. So they just copied and pasted. Literally. This is a copy paste from something we already read. Picture and everything. I'm over it. They didn't write anything. They just copied and pasted it. Okay, I'm going to click on this one just because this should be some bullshit. Its title is, how much did Tyler pay for BET? You can't have that answer if we have no confirmed sale. This is Distractify. That's literally their name, Distractify. So this is clearly the distraction. Tyler Perry has a pretty penny, but how much did he pay for BET? Like it's a conclusion for done sale. You see, this is a problem. Tyler Perry, the man, the myth, the legend, is known for his amazing movies, but how much did he pay for BET? Here's All We Know by Sugnin Yongo. That's an African. Get ready to gasp because we've got some hot news for you. According to an exclusive report by Love B. Scott, the incredible newly minted billionaire himself has apparently struck a mind-blowing deal. Brace yourself because it looks like Tyler Perry has been negotiating to snatch up. Been negotiating. Now they've represented as if it's a done deal. They just can tell us how much he paid. You see how the language is backing off here, everybody? Listen very carefully now. Brace yourself because it looks like Tyler Perry has been negotiating to snatch up the BET Media Group from its present company, Paramount Global. And get this, the exact amount of this jaw-dropping deal has remained a total mystery, at least for a while. This is fucking clickbait. They can kiss my entire ass. All of it. We're done. We're done. Damn it, we're done. They don't know anything. If you cannot get an audience based on the truth and representing something factual and real, then just fucking die off. Die. So, I don't know how long we want to beat this horse. I think we've beaten it enough, everybody. Here's one. It's Sandra Rose, so I don't want anything with a personal name on it. Tyler Perry finalizes deal to buy BET and VH1. It's 4 days ago. When the most recent reports that's why we started with the most recent stuff, makes that a lie. Let me take you out, and then let me go back here and see if I can find TMZ. That will be the final word on it, because either BET or Daily Mail, those are two entities that know stuff. Do you understand? They don't play around. And if the information is there, and they're usually some of the first people to break the story on anything and everything, quite frankly, especially TMZ. And given that Harvey Levin is a rainbow, sure, he's very close with Tyler. Let's see. Okay. I can't. Fuck this dude. Shaq and a bunch of other fucking people team up in an attempt to buy BT. This is TMZ website. Come on, man. Tyler Perry donates $750,000 so seniors living near film studio don't have to move. Again, we're always hearing stuff that he did. So he's doing, it's still not enough. I got to come back to that. It's not enough. But we do hear of him doing stuff. Something. It's not enough. But he's doing something. And pretty regularly, because his name is always coming up. Did you hear Tyler Perry did such and such? Oh, Tyler Perry did this. He did that. Tyler offers to buy future FDA lab near studio to prevent pollution. You just add me. All right, but this Spike Lee media criticism, that's 9/22. That's last year. So this is 5/5/23. It must not be true, y'all, because this is the latest. I'll click on this. This is the latest on TMZ, and this is from the 5th of last month. If there had been any movement, TMZ would have had it up here. And listen, these are the wrong people. You don't know. They're all the wrong people. Even Tyler. but you don't want fucking 50 Cent or Shaq's big dumbass or any of these fucking people owning BET, everybody. You need somebody militant who is not just trying to save their fucking icy hot commercial, and that is passionate about, who understands the mind fuck that is going on to our communities, why most of our men look like they're fucking gay even when they're not, dressing all this girly ass bullshit, and the behavior and a bunch of other shit that's going on. And you need somebody that's aware of that and says, no, we're changing the vibration. We're doing that. We're doing that. I need you to know, just because it's relevant. Back when in 2007/8, when Obama was running for president and I was a precinct captain for his campaign, one of the things that I did was, the day that he became the nominee, I think it was, every news outlet on the planet Earth online had that. But BET and their fucking website was Jay-Z and Beyonce. Didn't I call them up, my hand to Allah? I got to an executive because I wouldn't stop. I'm on speakerphone. So as soon as he answers, I go, excuse me, can you take me off speaker? That pissed him off. And I said, yeah, I don't understand why everybody and their mother is running the story of Barack, and the one source that we as black people should be able to come to is the very source that's not running a damn thing. Like, what is this shit? Oh, I bitched him out. And several minutes later, it was fucking Barack. I don't say it was just me that did it, but I was definitely one of the voices. If I wasn't the only one, I was one of them. Damn it. So we don't need to read this because we don't care, and I can't. Ugh, they make me sick, dude. All these people. Yeah. I'm going to say for now, everybody, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Let me come to you, see what you're saying about this story, because I'm prepared to move on. You know, in my mind, it didn't happen. Yeah, because it would have been a press conference. Oprah would have been there. Gail, you feel me? It just would have been a thing. Wait now. Why can't I see what I'm trying to see? I don't know what's happening. Oh, here we go. Yeah, in my mind, it didn't happen, y'all. It didn't happen. Tyler does not own BET and VH1 as of this moment. This moment. If we find something out in the next, whatever, then we're fine. But right now, he don't own that. Let's see where I leave off. Jedi, I missed. I read that. I read that. Cheryl. No, that's Cheryl. BET's propaganda and trash and central. The messages they send are extremely negative and anti-black. It's trash, son. I believe Tyler is just the white racist front man. Khalifa of the Most High, big shout out to you. Good to see you. Yeah, it didn't happen. Tyler Perry does not own VH1 and BET as of right now. We're over it. Yeah. No, you should leave that open. So, oh. I hate the fuck out of 50 Cent. Like, since I knew he existed, I didn't know what he did. I saw his face, I hated him. Immediately. Immediately. I get nothing but bad energy from that dude. He's the fakest. I get the fakest energy. I can't. Alright, hope I line this up. Okay, here we go. I need the press conference first. Maybe. Yeah, I need the press conference. Well, you need to know what happened first. So, we need to start with that. It's probably not the one I wanted.
Tonight, Susan Lawrence behind bars, charged with manslaughter.
Okay, we'll start with this one.
Tonight, Susan Lawrence behind bars, charged with manslaughter after police say she killed her neighbor by shooting through.
We're doing what I say. Switch. Switch, bitch. Come on, man. Why this is worthy of my energy, everybody, is because it goes to the character and the contrasting of the character of white people and us. That we're not articulating any violence upon these people. And that's exactly the reason why you have fat, stankin' bitches like this that think they can do anything to black people. Let's see this report.
Tonight, Susan Lawrence behind bars, charged with manslaughter after police say she killed her neighbor by shooting through her front door.
We have arrested 58-year-old Susan Lawrence for the killing of Miss A.J. Owens.
Owens, a mother of four, killed in
The language for the killing, he punctuated that. Not murder, the killing. See it.
her front door.
We have arrested 58-year-old Susan Lawrence for the killing.
For the killing, you see how you punctuated that?
Of Miss A.J. Owens.
Owens, a mother of four, killed in front of one of her children on Friday.
Yes, a neighborly dispute.
Okay, we don't need a her, bitch ass. We just need the reports. Okay, this isn't the one I want. I just need a straight network news. I know I have one. Just about shooting, sheriff speaks about arrest. Okay, perfect.
After days of investigating and
the other reason also,
family and community calling for justice.
Because it took, my understanding, it took 4 days for them to decide if there had been a crime committed. You know, the golden rule is you do unto others as they do unto you. Do you understand? Fuck that other shit. Why that I'm citing that here is because we have to go tit for tat. So in my perfect world, we would have had somebody black shoot somebody white through a door in Florida, in the same county, just to see what the fuck are y'all gonna do. Like, that's where we're at. You gotta get there. If that seems outrageous to you, then you'll be dead. You're in some nebula fantasy. It's gotta be that. You gotta be able to put it right out so all the world can see. You see? So we know this shit is on purpose. We know it. So days it took for them to decide if there had even been a crime. I'm over it.
After days of investigating and a family and community calling for justice, we are hearing directly from the sheriff about the arrest and the shooting death of a local mom.
It's a story that has been gaining national attention. Susan Lawrence was arrested just last night on manslaughter charges. Deputies say she shot and killed Ajika Owens through a closed door. News 6's Lauren Cervantes starts our coverage live in Marion County. And Lauren, you got an update from the sheriff.
Yeah, in a one-on-one interview with Sheriff Billy Woods, he tells me Lawrence was not standing her ground in this case.
Standing her ground. That we would allow this in an atmosphere where we're being attacked every day. We should just be out shooting white people on sight by their philosophy. Because they're articulating violence upon us. We have names, incidences every fucking day that we can show. So we should have been using this. They pulled up next to me at a stoplight. I feared for my life. I have flashes of slavery and I murdered everybody in the fucking car. I can't go on. Standing your ground. You know, it connotes like we're taking the hill and they've got to stand their ground. These niggers are coming for us. Well, sadly, we're not. Sadly, we are not. And I wish and beg Allah that we would. All out fucking mayhem. All out. Some Nat Turner shit. Man, woman, and goddamn child. Standing her ground. This bitch can't even wash her ass. She's standing her ground.
Lawrence was not standing her ground in this case.
And I pulled a piece of the guy who wrote the fucking Stand Your Ground. We'll see him.
And here in this case, we look at it, even with the shooter's statements.
Now, don't be fooled by the little country accent. That's a Latino. But that's in Florida. And what we've learned from Latinos over the last years, whatever number you need to place in there, is they are the same to us as black faces in high places. They're that also. And especially in Florida, deep dive pieces that I've watched on the political climate and things like that in Florida, the immigration, the power structure, things like this. I came away with an impression of them. Many of them vote fucking Republican. Many of them, I want to say most. Fuck it, I'm saying most. Most of them are into this pulling the ladder up. Once they get here, they don't give a fuck about nobody else. And they'll be the ones, the same ones literally standing out on the street saying, no immigrants, bitch. Your first language is not even English. So why are you out here, bitch? Why are you out here again? Dumb whore. They're that Stockholm shit. Looking white and being white and shit. So I offered just that little piece because he is, his demeanor, his tone, his language, even the little country accent is trying to not upset white people. Because this is a funky white bitch. I could smell her through the fucking screen. As soon as I seen her, I couldn't breathe. So hear him.
Statements. The door
Just a
being
second.
shut. And here in this case.
Just a second.
And here in this case, we look at it. We
look at it. Like, we gotta look at it. And just like, because we just gotta see what the kids are saying. I can't even, I don't have words to articulate what I'm trying to say to you. Do you understand? Like, and he's probably getting, being dictated to by evil fucking ass white people, both in his department and in the community, and people who are liaison to the sheriff's office, who are, white people always feel like they the fucking sheriff and shit. So even if you got a Latino or black in those positions, they're not really running things. They're being sort of dictated to, unless, I can't, dude.
And here in this case, we look at it.
We look at it.
Even with the shooter's statements, the door being shut, okay, not being able to see beyond the door, there are certain things that raises that hair to say, this ain't quite here.
After days of it.
Now, it's already too much because he's actually justifying why this is not a stand your ground shooting. That's fine. But we don't like that because they're usually very tight-lipped about anything. Had our sister shot this white bitch, as it should have been, but sadly it wasn't. But if our sister had shot this porpoise white bitch and been standing her ground, they would have been like, we can't talk about it. It's an ongoing investigation. We can't get into it. You see? But they're there to do the dissertation because it's this white bitch. But that's dangerous because they are insinuating themselves in any future legal proceeding. The sheriff's department. It would be bigger than just an officer coming in and testifying about the 911 call and who responded. It'll be bigger than that because they've insinuated themselves into it as a legal matter. Do you understand? So when the fat bitch's attorneys get a hold of everything, they're going to want to cite him and contest him on the legal ground, not procedural arrest and 911 calls and shit. It'll be on the legal issue in a defense for the fat, funky white bitch. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So this is also problematic, and maybe that's why he's doing it. And his demeanor is sort of like he's not sure. It's not even affirmative. Not like this was not a stand your ground shooting, and the demeanor should be like, we're not going to hear anything else other than that. Like, that's some bullshit. Don't bring that over here. But the sort of ruffling body language and tone is concerning because that leaves the door open for a legal argument from said defense attorney for the funky fat white bitch. And then it will become, oh, it turns out this was a stand your ground shooting. Because, let's go on.
Investigating and cries for justice from a mourning family and community. Marion County Sheriff Billy Woods says his detectives have the evidence to arrest 58-year-old.
Look, y'all, anytime the front of your pants look like that's, you can smell it from where you sit and watching it right now. Ugh.
Susan Lawrence for shooting through the door of her home and killing Ajika Owens.
And I don't care what that attorney presents to them in the courtroom. For me and my detectives,
no, if I switch over, it's going to move the timestamp. What did I just say to you? And now there he is saying, I don't care what they say. So he's aware of what the whole thing I just laid out, of it becoming a legal issue. Do you understand? Where he gets insinuated into this legal issue instead of procedural arrest, 911 call stuff. I just laid out that whole hypothesis, and he's what does he say now? Hear this. Wait.
and I don't care what that attorney presents to them in the court.
I don't care what that attorney presents to them
courtroom.
In a courtroom. I'm done. Thank you all for coming. This is the Jedi. I know the shit of which I speak, and I know this fucking white devil, everybody. And I know this fuck also. So his whole demeanor is to play. So they did it as a not stand your ground, just to appease the black folks for now. But he's helping to lay the foundation for it to become a stand your ground.
For me and my detectives, this was an unjustified shooting. Clear.
Sheriff Woods says his first call after the arrest was to Owens's family.
Their reaction was what you would expect of individuals that were seeking justice. The relief that I could hear in their voice, because it was by phone.
Deputies say the shooting was the end result of a long-standing feud between Lawrence and Owens, a feud that escalated over the weekend after deputies say Lawrence took an iPad or tablet from Owens' kids, and when they went to get it back, investigators say Lawrence threw skates at them, hitting one of the children. That's when they say Owens...
So she assaulted the children, this funky fat white bitch.
Went over to confront Lawrence, and Lawrence claimed self-defense and said Owens was banging down her door. The sheriff telling me in their interview with Lawrence it brought up the issue of stand your ground, something he says is not applicable in this case.
Wait, go back. When does that come into it?
Her door. The sheriff telling me in their interview with Lawrence it brought up the issue of...
The sheriff telling me that in their interview, it brought up what it just, or it, what is it? It. Say that again.
Down her door. The sheriff telling me in their...
The sheriff telling me...
Interview with Lawrence.
In their interview with the funky fat white bitch.
Brought up the issue of stand...
It brought up. Who brought up? Did she bring up, or did they bring up? It. You see? Because if you say she brought it up, which should have been okay for them to admit that. But if they brought it up, then maybe they were just sitting there going, we don't, we're not going to be able to make this standing ground case for you. And they probably gave her coffee and fucking caviar and shit. Language, everybody. Listen down. Listen down.
Banging down her door. The sheriff telling me in their interview with Lawrence, it brought up the issue of
It brought up
stand your ground, something he says is not applicable in this case.
Something he says. You see? Again, the reporter now. Because if this is firm that this is not fucking stand your ground, then even the reporter, because there's no objectionable fucking reporters now, bitch. It's their opinion and shit. They're happy to tell what they know. So it would be, this is not. She would be stating it affirmatively. She's saying like, well, they're saying, like, I'm out of it as a reporter, and he's doing the same thing. I don't care what that attorney brings into a courtroom. As far as me and my deputies are concerned, and we'll take to our grave, by God, over a beer of Bud Light, that this was not a stand your ground. Which is, you see, it's very, we don't know. Nothing's affirmative. No, this was some bullshit. It's not no stand your ground here. This bitch needs to rot in hell, etc., etc. Do you understand? Are you feeling the weak, the spinelessness of it all? There's no spine behind it, everybody. I'm laying this so passionately because I want you to understand and be ready when they say, yeah, this was totally stand your ground. This was stand your ground. Watch. 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 We'll take it back just a skosh for context. I'll let the rest of it play so I can turn the air.
It brought up the issue of stand your ground, something he says is not applicable in this case.
You're saying that it's because there was a door that was closed. She couldn't see the woman. How could she be in fear of her life without knowing what's on the other side of the door?
Correct. That's what makes us doubt her statement. But it doesn't mean we ignore her statement just because I doubt it. That's what probably gave us to say, I know this ain't true.
The sheriff's office has received criticism from some in the community over how long it took to make an arrest, with the shooting happening last Friday and the arrest coming yesterday on Tuesday. But Sheriff Woods tells me they are required to follow the law. And when Lawrence claimed self-defense, they had to look at stand your ground. But he tells me the evidence proves that that was not the case in this situation. For now in Marion County, I'm Lauren Cervantes, getting results, News 6.
Damn it. Ouch. I'm under attack.
This ain't quite here.
After days of investigating and cries for justice.
All right. You need to see excuse me. Oh, that's the bitch now. Oh, I think this is it. Now, there is a longer version of this that I'm probably going to play you the front part of after you see this, because you have to see how these fucking people look. These preachers and pastors. Let me turn this car off, y'all. You're going to see this. But for now, first hear her mother of the sister that was murdered by the funky fat white bitch. This is the mother. And Benjamin Crump, of course, is hovering and breathing hot air right down her neck and just right, And we need to be very suspect of Benjamin Crump. I don't know an attorney in my life that's this busy. that is literally on the scene of everything that's ever happened to all of humanity. I think he was in Ukraine. We're checking the footage. You know, see now, and my image is in the way to some degree, but hopefully it won't be a problem.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
By the way, that what she just uttered. There was a thing, there's something going around the internet where there was 3 Jeopardy contestants, and this was the answer. The answer was hallowed. It was the biblical, what's that? I forget what scripture of the book that is. But anyways, none of the contestants knew that it was hallowed. And they were all white. So there's that. Or some variation of white. I need to see what, this sounds low in here. I need to see how it sounds.
I am Ashika's mother. I gave birth to her, but I was not her only mother. Her mothers included Celestine Gray, Miss Ida Mae Collins, Christy Anderson, and the dear Miss Sarah Boyle, and so many more. I shared her with so many people because that's how special she was. Special. Heart of gold. Heart of gold. You may look at her and say, she didn't have much. She had it all.
Yes.
She had love. She had compassion. She had 4 beautiful children. She raised them to be respectful, but most of all, spiritual. My 9-year-old, our 9-year-old, not my 9-year-old, our 9-year-old, who we believe was destined to be a pastor. That little boy would lay hands on you and pray for you. He witnessed his mother shot and killed. In his soul, in his heart.
Listen, we have to give her the benefit of this because she is the mother.
That his older brother.
But this does not win lawsuits. All right? So, and especially not in this nation, because the reason why the sisters did is because they didn't give a fuck about her and how spiritual she was, and her children were amazing, and oh my God, they don't care about none of that. But you need to see this hovering now of Benjamin Crump, because I want to go to the other piece where we see the pastors who all look like something out of a Disney play. You know, one of them is bigger than the entire screen. He's sweating like a calf.
I thank God that I don't have to do it alone.
Wait. There's Ben Crump. How's he have time?
United States, I am calling on you to not
This is the part. This is the part. Wait.
Those who are...
Because he whispers something. Am I in the way? I'm in the way.
They are not my daughter's friends. Felicia.
Wait, where is it?
Tarlisa. Each and every one of you that is here. Those who are not.
Wait.
Find me. Each and every one of you that is here. Those who are not. Okella, Marion County.
Wait, is this the lead into that?
But we are family. We
Where
are
she starts to
family.
say, there's been many times he started the applause.
Kim, Felicia, Tarlisa.
Because the only time they put the mother, because we never see a father. We never see a father. The last father we saw, I think, was Trayvon Martin. It's always a bunch of fucking women that have to step to the microphone when this shit happens. Like, you just get, then fine. You don't got no man, then find a man in the community and say, we're going to have you speak for us. Like, it needs to be a male, dude. Like, there needs to be a black male that speaks. This is the face of our fucking struggle and shit. This is it. It's always the grieving mother. We got to be sick of that. I am. But she goes into this last cadence where she's like, America something, something. After Benjamin Crump whispers,
I thank you.
Thank you. Right there, he just...
Ladies, I thank you.
I don't know if I'm in the way or not, but right here, he's moving into whisper.
To all of the community, to the leaders behind me.
See there? He gave her the cue.
Thank you.
Now, wait.
I thank you. I thank you. Ladies, I thank you. To all of the community.
To all of the community.
To the leaders behind me.
There are no leaders behind you, but go on.
Each and every one of you that is here, those who are not. Ocala, Marion County, Florida, United States. I am calling on you.
I'm calling on you.
To not fail those four, those 4 children.
Yes, ma'am.
You see, this is the part. She doesn't say peace, but this is the heavy-handed implication that's going on here. Don't fail these 4 children.
Do not fail.
You're failing them by that. Because every time we are not violent and take revenge and level the fucking precinct, there will be another one of these and other shit that we go through. You know, one of the greatest things that came out of the murder of George Floyd was when they leveled the fucking 3rd precinct in fucking Minnesota. Oh, that was everything. Everything. And there's a documentary online where it's from their point of view, like what was going on inside the police station. You hear the radio traffic, how they were scrambling out the back door, and they realized they were surrounded, and they had to literally drive. They had footage of them driving through gates, like just drive through the gate, knock it down. They were evacuating. That's what needs to happen to fucking police in this bitch. They need to be very, very afraid, very, very afraid of us. But this wasn't the police, but it's still a white bitch. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And it's the perfect contrast to make for you. Like, we don't make any distinction between this bitch who's in that funky bullshit and a police uniform. It means nothing. It's all white devil. It's all white devil, and both equally mean death and violence upon African people. You see? So you're failing them already with this bullshit. But there's the CIA operative I'm suggesting, Ben Crump, to be on the scene. He's an operative. He came out of nowhere. I think it was Trayvon Martin. That was the case. And since then, he's been on every fucking case. And oh, by the way, remember in Ferguson, during Mike Brown, we had a whole situation where we had the footage. I brought it on my old channel, where Jesse Jackson showed up, was being driven. It looked like maybe a modern station wagon, it doesn't matter the car, but it was known that's Jesse Jackson, and we had the footage of these young brothers rolling up on him saying, "Get your ass the fuck up out of here with all that peace shit. Get your bitch ass. Literally ran Jesse the fuck out. Literally ran Jesse out. Another victorious moment of the shifting of the mind. Nah, we're not here. Don't come with that. We don't even want to hear that. We're not even hearing it. And was ready to rake his fucking skull back. That was good. That was good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we've grown weary of Jesse and Al Sharpton, who is also another CIA operative. Because how do you go from being the most hated? They felt like him the way they talk about Farrakhan. But he had a show on MSNBC, everybody. A show on MSNBC. Al Sharpton. A show on MSNBC. So this is the changing of the guard. It's now Benjamin Crump. And he comes with another cachet because he is a lawyer. He's a lawyer. So he has a deeper cloak that I suggest I'm pulling the lid back on right now and saying, not so much. He's everywhere. Always standing at the side of the mother. And all he wants is justice. That's it. Not revenge. Not murder fucking one on your bitch ass too. No. We just want justice. Justice. And Reverend Al, I'm going to join you because it was wrong what they did to this girl. She shot her through the door. And we just want justice. That's Benjamin Crump.
Ashika, do not fail AJ.
You're already failing.
Do not fail your friends,
Okay,
your family,
enough of this.
your
I'm getting a
daughters.
headache in my eye. I can't do it. That's the thrust of it. Call for peace. And I'm over it. You need to see the beginning of it. Just the beginning part. Where all these fake ass pastors step to the mic. It's an 80-hour introduction of fucking Benjamin Crump. And being told in my ear it was 83 hours. Being told just now in my ear live it was 83 hours. It was 83. Is this it? Florida mom shot. That's a different press conference. I have it. I saved it. I have it. Oh. Westchester. This is... No, that's only 2 minutes. That's not it.
West 2's Marlene Martinez.
It's the full thing. The visual of this is important, you guys. You have to see these. Even when I don't hear the whole thing, you just got to see these people. Because this is the image that goes out. And, I mean, you see this, you'd be like, really? That's what y'all got? It's an embarrassment. Is this a duplicate? It is, damn it.
And after the arrest, Ben Crump says that there's more work to be.
I mean, Johnny Cochran was a busy attorney, everybody. High-powered. We didn't see Johnny as much as we see. In his entire career, we didn't see Johnny Cochran as much as we've seen Benjamin Crump. We need to contemplate that. Where's this damn clip, y'all? I think this is it. Alhamdulillah. This is it here. We don't need all of this. Just so you can see
Good afternoon.
And it's in a church. This is the same scenery. So when the mother said, you know, all the leaders, there are no leaders. There are no leaders. These people are not leaders. Let's be very careful at anointing people with labels that are not accurate. And most importantly, have no relationship to the truth at all. These are just fucked up Christian people. That's it. That's it.
My name is Bishop James David Stockton.
Bishop something.
And I stand here today as the president of the Marion County NAACP.
And that's your president of the Marion County NAACP. No fight, no warrior. You understand? He's not militant. He's not. You say we don't have people like myself in anywhere representing us for the shit doing anything. We're not even on the fucking police force. Do you understand? All you have is weak ass fucking people representing African people. Representing, we use that very carefully. Just say stepping to mics for black people. Because they don't represent us, they definitely aren't leaders. You see? Because when you get an actual leader, they talk about them the way they do Louis Farrakhan. That's the only leader we have right now. That's a leader. Do you understand? And to further make my point, 99% of all the fucking black pastors and Christian fucked up people in this bitch wanted nothing to do with Farrakhan's Million Man March back in the 90s. They are so short-sighted and so fucked up, they don't understand that the Nation of Islam itself doesn't have 1 million people in it. So the 2 million brothers that was out there on that fucking mall, of which I was one, thank you, were not Muslims or Nation of Islam. Just niggas. At the 11th hour, they had some epiphany. And then they were begging to come and be on the dais. You see? But that man, Louis Farrakhan, called that march on a flyer, bitch. A flyer. There wasn't Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all the bullshit. A flyer, bitch. And word of mouth. Could you imagine what it would have been with the then to come technology? But my point that I'm trying to get to is to say that none of these fucking people, or anybody that looks or sounds like them, has ever, will ever, or could ever get the attention of everyday black people the way that Louis Farrakhan does. Men, women, and children, young and old, doesn't matter. You don't have to be Muslim, you don't have to be Nation of Islam, you don't have to be just black. That's it. That's who he speaks for. Boldly. These people, all they can do is fucking come and call for peace. Because they're afraid and scared to death as Negroes. Instead of saying, let's put you and the kids in hiding, we're going to take this entire fucking city down until they fucking kill the motherfucker that did this shit. You see? That would be justice. That would be righteous above all.
Stand as pastor, father, community activist, and one that cares and concerned about others. Today we're here for a press conference or press briefing.
See there?
On where we are.
It's like he's announcing the church social or some shit. Not that one of our women has been murdered in cold blood. Just it's a church social. And Mother so-and-so is going to have the lemonade cart at 3. And, you know, I mean, this is what we're hearing. But wait,
now.
Then the next person.
And some are dismayed.
Wait.
Who is one of the senior sages of our city to greet us. And then we'll go from there. At this time, Dr. Blunt.
Dr. somebody. But titles don't matter. It's just what they, listen.
Let us pray.
Let us pray. Nah, we don't need to. because it's going to be dear Heavenly, in Jesus' name. So that will make me sick, so we have to move on. All right, then there was this. Ooh, they must be serious.
To all of our fellow brothers and sisters in the clergy, to the attorneys and legal counsels, to this family in this hour.
Look, he meant to do this. He meant to be standing there with that hair. You need some brothers stand up there, like some serious brothers, dark as night, with berets on, pissed off with an attitude, standing there like, what? Not this shit. You can go and watch this. I'm over it. Oh, wait. You have to see Benjamin Crump. Forgot about that. My bad. Because he's an attorney, but then he sort of turns into a pastor. So he's got a law office, and I'm hearing a church now. I'm hearing church.
Day one. So thank you all.
There's not time to do subtitles under his speaking, so you'll just have to deal with it.
Thank you so much, Bishop Stockton, for your prayers and your great leadership. And I thank so much to all the faith leaders who have prayed for this family and supported them from day one. So thank you all for being men of God and women of God. Thank you. And I understand you wear another hat. You're also the president of the NAACP. Yes. So thank you for your leadership to that end as well, Bishop Stockton. And I'm here very honored to be with my co-counsel, a great lawyer who worked for me when he was in law school. Now he's a big-time lawyer who does important work, and most importantly, he is a native son of Ocala, Florida, Attorney Anthony Thomas. And certainly to Attorney Natalie Jackson, who is always working behind the scenes, but she is an incredible civil rights lawyer. Let's give that sister a round of applause for her great work. To God be the glory. You know, Mark, one of the young people asked, and then it was followed by reporters. They said, so now that there's been an arrest, Attorney Crump, what are you going to say? And to Kima, I said, what are we going to say? We want justice for AJ. Yeah.
Somebody asked, what are you going to say? That suggests to me somebody was like, what? Like they wanted something. What are you going to say? We want this. That's it. That's all he has. That's it.
What are we going to say? We want justice for AJ. What are we going to say? We want justice for AJ. It's that simple. We are very grateful. We are thankful to Sheriff Woods for the arrest last night. Yeah. It brought great relief to Pamela Diaz and the family of A.J. Owens. We're thankful, as we said, to the faith leaders for praying and pushing for the arrest. But most importantly, I want to say thank you to the community and the activists, those young people in Ocala and all across America for saying we need swift justice. We need an arrest. So we thank Sheriff Woods and we thank the activists, because without the activists, we are mighty afraid this would have been swept under the rug. And you're going to hear from Pamela in a few minutes to talk about that great fear.
We're mighty afraid that this would have been swept under the rug. And you're going to hear from so-and-so in a moment about that great fear. There is no fear when you know you're about to just rip somebody's skull the fuck back. You put out an ultimatum and you just sitting there waiting. There's no fear involved. It's just, I'm waiting. But this is the crux of my indictment against all of these fucking people, including Benjamin Crump and black men in general. That there is no, you got more heart and fight in these fucking gang members. They fight over some bullshit, sadly, but that's exactly the shit you need. That's exactly the formula you need. Like, no disrespect is tolerated. Everything is answered and handled. You understand? So that just telegraphs like, well, if we could have just swept it under the rug and they would have just bitched about it. Because that's all they do anyway. Get those niggers. All they do is bitch. Where's the coffee at? Do you want cream or not? It's that cavalier for them. When they know you're not coming to roll on their shit. This bitch. Well, okay, couple more minutes of Benjamin Crump. We don't need much. I just want you to get tone and feeling of him. That's it.
That great concern that her daughter's life didn't matter when they didn't arrest her that first hour, then not the next hour, then not the next morning. No arrest for 24 hours.
And just so you're clear, everybody, not only was the bitch not arrested, it's like somebody's dead. The police show up and they're just like, oh, you can just go back into your house after a couple questions. It's like she can just go back into her house. It's nothing to see here. As if. It's not like, oh, they took a report for a stolen bike or some shit. No. Like, somebody's dead. And that, like, listen, we are under any doubt about this shit as Muslims. The punishment for murder is death, bitch. Done. We don't have to talk to nobody. We don't have to call nobody. We don't have to assemble. That just you kill somebody, we will fucking murk you the fuck off in the name of Allah. Do you understand?
No arrest for 36 hours. No arrest for 48 hours.
Because they knew you were going to come up there with this lethargic slave stuff. Still not understanding how you got through law school and was able to pass the bar. Oh no, how are you an attorney to talk like that? Did you ever present before a jury and a judge, and did they understand a fucking thing you said? I mean, that makes my CIA operative case even more, gives it more strength to everybody, because lawyers have a certain couth about a certain energy. He doesn't have that. It's very sleepy. He's a criminal defense attorney. It don't add up.
I mean, the hours must have felt like years.
And they will, as long as you're sitting back waiting on massa. The hours felt like years. We was just waiting on massa. We wrung our slave hands. We was waiting on massa to give us justice, and we just don't. I can't.
Family.
All right, we heard enough.
But we serve a God that
sits
high
high
and looks low. And this senseless act of violence.
No, it wasn't a senseless act of violence, dumbass. You're supposed to say this heinous, demonous act of white evil. That's how you couch it. That's how you phrase it. That's how you put the burn under everybody's ass. Let's see. The family, him. Then I wanted to get into briefly her first appearance, because I want to get to because there's something I want to talk about there. Dropping knowledge. No, it's not it. We're gonna forego the statements by neighbors who basically she was a whore and a bitch and everybody knew she was a racist and blah blah blah. Where's the bitch at? No. We're not going to see all of this because I don't know if we need it. This is her preliminary hearing, her initial appearance, when the bitch was finally arrested. And I don't know if this is the, well, let me see, because the state is making the case that this bitch does not need to be released on any type of bail, and they're asking for a certain amount, so it would be prohibitive of her to be able to be released, which is another end of the racism, because they always give you a bail that you can't make. That's why a lot of brothers and sisters spend a lot of time in jail. They haven't even been seen by a judge yet. The case hasn't been adjudicated, I should say. They're just waiting on trial because of bail. So you have to get rid of fucking bail. But here this bitch has no family, no job, no kids, no attachment to the community, whatever. She's a perfect flight risk. She has no ties in the community at fucking. There's nothing to keep her there. But you can go home. So let's get into this to see how much of this I think I need and I hate. And there's another appearance where she's being seen via video by the magistrate, and they're also, but I think that one took place before this one, because in that one she was asking, she was asking the state, like, are y'all gonna be bringing a contest to the bail, blah 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 blah, or if not, I'm just gonna assess it now. So I think this takes place after that. So this is probably the best one. Let's get you in.
Give me 1 second here.
I'm sorry, they are.
It's my understanding. I'm not sure who's.
I need to hear it though.
Mr. Buxton, is this yours? Okay. It's my understanding the state had previously indicated they wanted to file a motion for pretrial detention, but that position may have changed.
It has, Your Honor. After reviewing the applicable statutes, rules, and case law, the state does not have a legal basis to file such a motion.
Okay.
I have to go through this. Hear this now, everybody. It's very important.
File a motion for pretrial detention, but that may
Just a second.
It's my understanding the state.
This is the legal end of it. It's important I do the dissertation.
Had previously indicated they wanted to file a motion for pretrial detention, but that position may have changed.
It has, Your Honor. After reviewing the.
He's asking, did the state want to file a motion for pretrial extension? What was it?
Mr. Buxton, is this yours? Okay. It's my understanding the state had previously indicated they wanted to file a motion for pretrial detention, but that may have.
For a pretrial extension, but that may have changed now? A pretrial extension. Hear this.
Position may have changed.
It has, Your Honor. After reviewing the applicable statutes, rules, and case law, the state.
After reviewing the applicable statutes, rules, and case law, bitch. Hold on.
Changed.
It has, Your Honor. After reviewing the applicable statutes, rules, and case law, the state does not have a legal basis to file such a motion.
The state does not have a legal basis to file such a motion. This is why I've told you in previous stuff, everybody. Case law is every fucking thing. You don't need to be a lawyer. If you could just understand those 2 words, case law, it changes your entire life. So the legal proceeding of this is important so you could understand what's happening to this bitch, especially in Florida. And so, because why they don't want now their pretrial extension is because then defense counsel can come along and say, and have more ground for their client, if you will. And you're looking also down the road at potential appeal. You know, they filed a pretrial extension motion, and here now we have the case law showing that that wasn't even constitutional. It was against my client, blah, 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 blah. So that tells me something about them, that he did his jurisprudence. Like, yeah, we trying to see, could we even do the shit? I'm failing at explaining this to you. But, they're not looking for no pretrial extension. Which is also good because when you are arrested for anything, you have a right to a speedy trial. Tell that to black people, though. Based on what I just told you with the bail shit. You know, they basically have you waive all your rights and you don't get the speedy trial at all. You languish for years sometimes. You know, conflict of schedules between attorneys and things like that. I mean, it gets into an area, dude. But I lost my train of thought.
Okay. So in that case, we will legally required to set a bond for this defense because
we're legally required. I don't know what happened to his face.
You're required to set a bond for this defense because it's a bondable offense.
I know.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sizemore, you represent Ms. Lawrence?
Yes, may it please the court.
Sure.
Amanda Sizemore on behalf of the defense. The defense set a motion to set bond for Ms. Lawrence. I'd like to take some testimony from her.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay if we remain seated?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, please raise your right hand.
So now, defense set a motion to have bond for this funky fat white bitch. And so they're going to hear on that now. And this is, I want you to hear this because in my mind, that's a flight risk. You know, you want to tell me the grandkids are here and, you know, my family's here and I have a business and, you know, I teach at the local school and I volunteer down at the bingo hall or some bullshit. That's one thing, but this bitch don't have nothing going on and still the bitch is given bail.
The information shall give us the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
So then it becomes for me the black people that live there and you like this bitch gonna come back home? You're not coming on this block. You just murdered my mama or my sister or my all the things she was to people. You're not coming back here. Won't know where you bonding out to, bitch, but you're not coming back to this house. And it would have been rubble by the time the bitch got back. Right while she's sitting right there, it's on every channel, I'm sure, in Florida. You know the bitch is in court. Go take her shit out. She shouldn't have had shit to come home to. Shouldn't have been in existence of anything there.
Just to help you God.
Yes, I do.
All right, go ahead.
So help you
Can you
God.
please state
Yes,
your
I
name and
do.
spell your last name for us?
Susan Lorenz, L-O-R-I-N-C as in cat, Z as in zebra.
And how long have you lived in Marion County?
About 15 years.
Do you have any friends or family here?
Yes.
Who?
Sister and friends.
Do you have any assets?
Not really.
Okay. Do you own any homes?
No.
Do you own a vehicle?
Not really is not an answer. And surprising the judge didn't push back on that. You know, because there's no jury. This is just a hearing, so the judge can cross-examine. Not really, and she hesitated. The bitch is white and lives in Florida. She got some slave money, some theft of our land money. I could go down a list of some money the bitch has.
Z as in zebra.
And how long have you lived in Marion County?
I'm
About
over it.
15 years.
Do you have any friends or family here?
Yes.
Who?
Sister and friends.
Do you have any assets?
Not really.
Okay.
See
Do you
there?
own any homes?
Who believes her?
Do you own a vehicle?
I do, but it's got a loan on it.
Okay. How much do you owe on the vehicle?
$22,000.
Do you have any other assets at all?
Some furniture.
Okay. How much do you think that's worth?
A few thousand.
Will you be able to find lodging here in Ocala if you were released?
Probably.
Do you have a passport?
No.
Do you promise to come to all of your future court dates?
Yes.
Look at
How
that.
much money?
Do you promise? They always make that determination for us as black people. Do you promise you're going to do it? Okay, she said she promises, so it's the gospel law, and we saw it on the tablets that Moses brought down from Sinai, so we know she's telling the truth, so she gets to go home.
Do you think you can afford to postpone?
Like 1,700.
1,700? Is that a yes?
Yes.
I don't have any other questions.
Wait now, the bitch don't have no assets, she don't got shit going on, and all the other shit, but now they said, wait, hear the question. Because suddenly she has $1,700. Suddenly. Where are you going to get that at?
Not really.
She doesn't
Do
work?
you own any homes?
No.
Do you own a vehicle?
She doesn't own any homes, she owns vehicles. Wait.
I do, but it's got a loan on it.
But she owes $22,000 or whatever.
How much do you owe on the vehicle?
22,000.
Yeah,
Do you
$22,000.
have any other assets at all?
Some furniture.
Okay. How much do you think that's worth?
A few thousand.
Will you be able to find lodging here in Ocala if you were released?
Would you be able to find lodging? The bitch still has an apartment.
Probably.
Do you have a passport?
No.
Do you promise to come to all of your future court dates?
Yes.
How much money do you think you can afford to postpone?
Like 1,700.
1,700?
How much money do you think you can afford to post bond?
Afford to postpone?
Like 1,700.
1,700?
1,700. That's not a broke bitch. She's playing possum, as my grandmama would say. I'm over it. Listen, I don't want to beat this too much. I want to get to well, I have to show you this. In that same proceeding, there's one guy that's going to speak for the family. And so you thought, oh, he's going to come up and tell it for the family, until he doesn't. Hear this.
Victim's family to the court. I indicated that would be up to you.
Just a second.
Thomas, with the court's permission, he has requested.
Wait.
In this case, the victims are represented by Mr. Thomas. With the court's permission, he has requested to be the person who speaks on behalf of the victim's family to the court. I indicated that would be.
Now, he is the person that's supposed to speak to the court on behalf of the family. The murdering whore is sitting right there at defense counsel table. It took them days to arrest the whore. You saw the press conference and all of that. So now this guy is there to speak to the court on behalf of the family, and I'm sure you think there's a lot of things he's going to say until this happens.
Fine to me. If he wants to speak, come to the podium now.
Thank you. For the record, my name is Anthony Thomas. I represent the family of Ajika Owens. Your Honor, the family has asked that I speak this morning to ask for a bond commensurate with the act. Certainly, the amount of bond for the charges are at a number on the schedule that the family does not feel is enough, quite frankly. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That's all. And there's two things wrong with that. First of all, that's all there was. And the other part is you don't get up there and say we want the bond to be commensurate with the crime that was committed. You say we don't want this bitch out ever. We're asking for bond to be completely denied, Your Honor. You see? You don't start from, oh my God. You don't start from a place of defeat. We could have had probably universal health care in this bitch, but Obama started a place of defeat. Thank God the Affordable Care Act happened, but it could have been universal health care for all. You don't start your negotiation at 0, bitch. The family would ask that the bond be commensurate with the crime that was committed. No, the family is outraged, Your Honor. I'm here on behalf of the family, and I can't tell you the anger that is swelling not only in the family but in the community to insinuate that their house could be on fire any day if you don't do the shit we asking. And it would be further injurious to my client and the family, Your Honor, to even allow this murdering whore, you point dramatically over at her, and have to be sanctioned by the court for your language, for this murdering whore to even be given bail. It was bad enough the family had to go through 1, 2, 3, 4 days of their dead relative laying on the lawn, not knowing if there was going to be an arrest in this case. And finally she was arrested, and now they're going to be re-injured by having this person re-admitted back out into the society before trial, Your Honor. They, in the strongest terms, my clients say they couldn't bear it if this defendant is let go on bail. We just can't do it. You see, that's how you argue the case, even if you don't win. But he put up nothing. He whispered. I can't. Let me come to you, see what you guys are saying thus far. I can't. I'm just trying to figure out how these people even got fucking law degrees. How? We'll start with you, son. This woman is a pure evil demon. That's 100% true. All we have to do is look at her and know that. From get to what she did. Just, we see her. We go, Light Bearer. Shout out to you. Long time no see. 100%. It never made sense that we do as the ones who wreaked havoc upon us. Exactly. We should be wreaking fucking havoc every goddamn day in this bitch and daring anybody. You go on to say we have a right to stand our ground as well. I wish the fuck we would. Yeah, Benjamin Crump, I think you make a reference here. I almost used that term when I said it to Lightbearer. I almost said ambulance chaser, but I was only going to mention it to say that this is beyond that even. This is the epitome of ambulance chasing as it relates to Benjamin Crump. There could be 3 murders of our people right now, and I promise you he'd be at the podium of every fucking single one of them. I'm not being ridiculous. I'm dead ass. Because we've seen it happen. Sunshine, you say, Jedi, you may recall I have said that my father was gunned down broad daylight. Yeah, I do remember that. In front of my birth mother and grandson. I don't know if I remember that much detail about the birth mother and grandson, but my father was likely set up by his own murderer. Wow. It takes me back to one of my very good friends, James, who lives back in D.C. He's James Brown Jr., but his father was murdered by his best friend. James they were sitting in the car. James had just went and got some money from his father to go to the store, get some candy or something, whatever. His father and the father's best friend were sitting in the car. And he walked around the corner, and the father's best friend murdered James's father. Lightberry, you say, that's why I say get out. Yes. Sunshine, Jedi, I am the daughter and granddaughter of the witness to his death. I'm the daughter and granddaughter of the witness to his death. That aunt refuses to listen to first-hand accounts coming from me that were passed down to me via my grandmother. Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that. Black Beauty, Jedi, remember Starbucks. Thank you, because I forgot it again. So I'm going to watch my time, and I'm going to move into that. She actually started arguing with me. Now, keep in mind, I am this man's daughter. He was her brother. He was her brother's son. Why the fuck would you believe a newspaper and crooked cops over me and witnesses? How'd you get through without stabbing her ass? I mean, that's just me. Sandra, Jedi, you sound just like that Ben Crump. LOL. I'm going to get off and catch the rest of your live tomorrow. It is lightning. Oh my god. Jedi, my friend, we have been having a lot of severe storms. Peace. Wow. Oh my goodness. And I'm supposed to be coming there, you know. I don't do storms. Lightbearer, you go on to say, that's right. I think they end with the agenda in every city with bean pie, Jedi. I didn't understand that last part. You had me up until that. I don't know what did I miss something that I didn't read? I didn't get the bean pie thing. Sunshine, these stories hit home for me, and I'm seeing firsthand why justice is never served. Because justice doesn't just happen magically. You have to, for us, we have to go make that shit happen. And you go on to say, I am sick of the praying bullshit too. Robert, you say at Robert Wright? Oh, here's something from Robert. Well, how is that after? Oh, because this goes, I don't know. I fucking don't know, man. Am I going in the right order? Yeah, I mean, whatever. That's Robert to Sunshine. Shout out to you, Robert, though. Sunshine Jedi, imagine your deceased father's family is completely in a don't give a shit mode when you are trying to get information about their own murdered family member. Meanwhile, neighbors are still mad. I'm so sick of people talking about justice at podiums, then going home, eating a plate of ham hocks and calling it a day. Fake, fake, fake. Enough talk, enough podium speeches, enough. We are all the same bullshit. Enough hugging, then going on like nothing happened. Jedi, I wish I could speak to you personally and share my story. Well, you just send me I'm the Jedi 1814 on Instagram. Just go and send me a thing. Or message me on Facebook. And then we can exchange numbers. Light bearer. Something I said that was classic me. I'm so sick of the fake podium warriors. The LVZ Glam, big shout out to you. Her landlord evicted her after the arrest. Good. Richard Hart, Jedi, dark skin with glasses. What else was going to happen? Thank you, Richard. You are definitely one of my disciples. Robert, I said a whole lot, brother Jedi, that they are blocking you from reading what I said. What? I don't see no I don't understand. Well, type it again, goddamn. Where is the stream at? That's not it. That's not it. Where is this damn stream? Oh, there it is. Let me just make sure nobody's placed anything on you. You know what? I'll add you as a moderator, Robert. Let's see if that helps your status. You say, I wrote at least 5 big paragraphs that they blocked out. That's some bullshit. Well, you should be okay now. Yeah, because I leave all my stuff open. Like, I don't have no issues with language and the bullshit. I always put the thing to allow all comments. Don't hold shit. Like, as you know. So I don't understand. All right, what I want to do, let me see how long we've been here. All right, I should move to this other thing, you guys. I really was just going to do these two, and then but this I got to do, because I can dispense of it kind of quickly, just as a reminder piece for everybody. Let's see now. I know I pulled something. I know I would have. Just so you know what I'm looking for, everybody. This bitch. You remember a few years back, there was these brothers that was at Starbucks waiting to meet somebody. And of course, some white whore called the police on them, and the police came in. It was a whole thing. And the thing that I was most sickened by was everybody said, but they remained so calm. They should have swung on that bitch. They should have swung on every fucking cop that came from that bitch, dispensed of them until they were bleeding out of their neck, and then got that bitch. You understand? Bitches should not be able to make it to phones. That's just what needs to happen. But alas, they ended up getting some money out of it. We don't know how much. It was undisclosed, as it was. Well, there's another development because the regional manager, I mean, fuck, man, where's this shit at? Send me a link. Do something. because I can't find any of my stuff. This is that council? No, it's not. That's not it. Because there's a couple things about this that stand out. Oh my god. I don't even know what to do. I can't. I don't want to do a whole new search. I already have the fucking. I can't. Let me turn the area off. It's just nowhere in my shit. Like, I gotta look for a whole nother thing now. I don't even know the bitch name. I don't even know, dude. Okay, here it is. Okay, this is enough right here. NPR. This will get us there. Oh, okay. Well, just yeah, but when you get to the maximum caricatures though, Richard, it just you see it though, because it's just like it's not lit up no more. I don't think that's his issue, and he's had this issue before, as I recall. Anyways, I made you a moderator, so let's see if that helps the situation. So now that you are a mod, it shouldn't be so bad. Yeah. Only will try to repeat this. Yes, I am a mod for numerous channels, and I noticed Google started doing that about 2 years ago when people were discussing something Kool-Aid shots. Alright, let's come to this horror so we can start our landing and our summation. I'm stalling because I don't want to turn the air off. So why this is even worthy of my time is because of the injustice. First, I will read, and then I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Bitch. Now, ex-Starbucks manager awarded $25.6 million in a case tied to the arrests of 2 African men. Again, another thing that would not happen to Muslims because they support the state of Israel, and so we don't do that as Muslims. You support Israel, we don't fucking support you. So it just wouldn't happen. But again, I then corrected, I can't get it. Jurors in a federal court in New Jersey awarded $25.6 million to a former regional Starbucks manager and white whore who alleged that she and other white employees were unfairly punished by the coffee chain after the high-profile 2018 arrest of 2 African men at one of the chain's Philadelphia locations. Oh, I forgot to bring you the Stand Your Ground guy. We'll get in another piece. He wrote the fucking Stand Your Ground, and he's saying this is not a fucking Stand Your Ground case for the fucking stinking, funky, fat white bitch. Camden, New Jersey. Jurors. They just repeated what I just read. Okay, Shannon Phillips won $600,000 in compensatory damages and $25 million in punitive damages. Listen, everybody, this is why I always tell you, seek a lawsuit. You don't necessarily have to seek it, but don't pass up a lawsuit in this bitch if you are confronted with one in this fucking country. Turn very litigious. Because the $600,000 compensatory, just what the word is, compensatory, to compensate you. Lost wages, you had to get a rental car, now I don't have anybody to babysit my 3-year-old, whatever damages, whatever inconveniences you had, loss of wages, gainful employment, whatever, compensatory. There's a number that can be set on that. We just get the receipts and go, well, this is what this costs, this is what this costs, this is what this costs. But punitive, bitch. Punitive means there's an injury to you that we just cannot find the number for. And so therefore it goes up to the fucking moon. That's where the real money is. You're in a car accident with a friend. You're a passenger. Like I was in 1987. And you broke your collarbone. Oh my God. Hospital bills. Compensatory. Oh my God, I couldn't go to work for a few weeks. Compensatory. My dad had to take me back and forth to my orthopedic. I had to wear and tear on my car, plus gas, plus my dad's time, compensatory, blah, 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 blah. But now punitive is he's going to suffer with that shoulder for many years. And the pain of it all. We're not even going to get into future arthritis and da-da-da-da-da. That's where the money goes up. You see? So if you're in a car accident with a friend, or you're at a friend's house, you slip and fall, you in Walmart, any fuck place, you scream my neck, my fucking back, bitch. Because if I find out about your case and realize you didn't scream my neck, my back, I will find you. And it will be your neck and your back. Do you understand? Because that's really, because in injury, personal injury, which falls under punitive, personal injury to the body, you can't quantify chronic and future pain of a patient with the neck and the back. With all the technology and nuclear medicine we have now, they just don't have it. My neck, my back, bitch. That's where you get the money so you can live in Provence. It will not be from the compensatory shit. It'll be a cute coin, but you want punitive. So, $600,000 in compensatory. Because she's a regional manager for the biggest coffee chain on earth. $600,000. And then, but $25 million, bitch, in punitive. On Monday, after a jury in New Jersey found that race was a determinative factor for the horse firing in violation of federal and state anti-discrimination. This is from 15th June. In April of 2018, a Philadelphia store manager called police on 2 African men who were sitting in the coffee shop without ordering anything. This whore, then regional manager of operations in Philadelphia, southern New Jersey, and elsewhere, was not involved with the arrest. However, she said she was ordered to put a white manager who also wasn't involved on administrative leave for reasons she knew were false, according to her lawsuit. Now, that's why this is worthy of me, everybody, because when I somebody mentioned to me, I was like, I just learned that. Like, at the time somebody told me about this, I had just learned about it. So it's literally the universe converging. But I'm on her side. And I'm not. In the vein of righteousness, 100% on her side. Legally, 100% on her side. 100%, 100%. But there's a bigger part of me as a black man who just wants to see her be deserving of an award like this and not get it. You see, our reparations can come not just in a check, it can also come in emotional and just me feeling good about some shit. You feel me? Like, we need it all to be whole. But legally, she's 100% right, and this was a solid case, and I'm surprised that it even went to a jury. You know, and maybe that's, and we'll just read on, because maybe Starbucks was kicking and screaming and thought that they were Starbucks, we will win. But no, this is a clear case on its face. She has no liability here at all. This is the same as if these guys had walked in to order and this chick spit in their face. Hopefully they would have pushed her fucking front of her face to the back of it. But she spits on them. Now, you have action against her and Starbucks because she is their agent in their uniform. So the fact that she's in your establishment, in your uniform, working for you on your clock, that's your agent. Anything she does is reflective of you. So pay us. But now, this regional manager is regional manager. She is not party to the injury that was inflicted on these brothers. nor is she even in direct command over this person. Even if she had been, that's taken up under the umbrella of Starbucks in general. There's nothing here for her to be fired. But I would suggest to you also, this was white collusion, white allegiance also. Because there were some jurors in this federal grand jury, I'm sure, because they're white first. You get in there and follow the rules. They say we supposed to do this. When we get back in the deliberation room, they say we supposed to fuck you. They like, we're white and this is the shit we do. You need to get there. So I'm sure that there were other whites, mostly whites, there were all whites probably on this jury, and they wanted to send a message because they didn't appreciate that. And probably got to this later that, oh, she totally was entitled to this anyway. She was no party to this. But they were, whiteness was definitely on the table. Like, because in their mind, these guys had the right to call the cops on these brothers. They probably knew about the case and everything, you know, like. And so this was sending a message, you know, to whiteness, even though they didn't really need it. Because as I say, legally, I can't imagine there's any court in this land where this lawsuit would not have prevailed. It's that easy. It's like I told you guys, I just didn't want to waste the time to do it. But I have an absolute solid case against YouTube and Lonnie Love's fat ass. And I have the evidence to back up my case. By her own admission on national television, she admitted that it was my video she had shut down. She's a public bitch married to a white fucking devil. You're the one that rolled him out. I'm making public commentary on it, fat whore. And you don't like it. Too bad. Click to another channel or die the fuck off. But instead, she calls up, girl, I got people. I got friends, is what she told Jeannie and Adrian when they said, how do you get the video taken down? She goes, girl, I know people. She described my timestamp, that it was a male. She mentioned some of my key points. She called YouTube. They took the video down. Boom! Lawsuit, bitch! Because I have freedom of speech, but fuck that, because YouTube don't give a fuck about that. So you need to go another angle. Fact of the matter is, your agent working for you, by her own admission, called one of your agents at your fucking conglomerate and had my shit shut down. So I want a check from Lonnie's fat ass and YouTube. That's a winnable lawsuit, 100%. And this is the same thing. In that, but I showed you the collusive partners there. Her fat ass and YouTube. Whoever was at YouTube. So it's her, the fucker at YouTube that she called, that she know people. That person is swept under this lawsuit, and then YouTube, because he's acting on behalf of you. That's your agent. She called your agent, had them do this shit. You see? So it's the same thing. The bitch that called the police on them is an agent of Starbucks. She called the police on these brothers. She's immediately insinuated herself into a lawsuit and any legal action. That store, we could even say, but we don't need that store because you just have that bitch and Starbucks. But this chick, the Phillips chick, is not in any way insinuated anywhere in anything, is not even like this. What? So it gets into witch hunt looking. Not that we care. I'm just explaining it to you legally because it's a white bitch, so we really don't care. But just to give you the legal end of it so you can understand why she's getting this and why I agree with it legally. She didn't have shit to do with it at all. At all. The whore said she was fired less than a month later after objecting to the manager being placed on leave amid the uproar, according to her complaint or to her lawsuit. The company's rationale for suspending the district manager, who was not responsible for the store where the arrest took place, was an allegation that black store managers were being paid less than white managers. Wait, the company's rationale for suspending the district manager who was not responsible was an allegation. So their rationale was an allegation that black store managers were being paid less than white managers. According to the lawsuit, the whore said the argument made no sense since district managers had no input on employee salaries. That's a different. Well, we don't have any input on the salaries, but you know what they are, bitch. And you weren't campaigning on behalf of equal pay for everybody who's in the same goddamn position. So she's still a stinking whore for that reason. You know, well, we're not responsible for that. That aside, that's a side issue. It's fine. The lawsuit alleged Starbucks was instead taking steps to, quote, punish white employees, end quote, who worked in the area in an effort, quote, in an effort to convince the community that it had properly responded to the incident. In other words, to appease the niggers. Not that Starbucks is saying that. She's saying that. Starbucks wanted to just appease the niggers. Just so they get their way. You see? And this is where that jury comes in that I was talking about, because I'm sure they felt this. And we're not allowed to, it's always us and them with these people. So they felt like we'd gained something. And so she was already entitled to a judgment, as I said. But they went over. You know, you wanted to give her 1.2? Okay, fine. But 25, bitch. These were white people. White collusion, white allegiance, bitch. That's what it was about. But in an effort to convince the community that it had properly responded to the incident. During closing arguments on Friday, the whore's lawyer, Laura Midiachi, told jurors that the company was looking for a, quote, sacrificial lamb, end quote. And she chose that language because she was in front of a white jury that had the feelings that I'm telling you about. And Laura Matatucci knew that shit. That's why she used that language. In her closing argument, it says, told jurors that the company was looking for a, quote, sacrificial lamb, something to throw to the niggers. You see, the dog whistles are all in place and they're turned up on high volume to calm the outrage and show that it was taking action. Law 360 reported, picking a black employee for such a purpose, quote, or end quote. Or is this the beginning of a quote? Oh, quote, would have blown up in their faces, end quote, she said. See, Starbucks denied the whore's allegations, saying the company needed someone with a track record of, quote, strength and resolution, end quote, during a crisis, and replaced her with a regional manager who had such experience, including navigating the aftermath of the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing. I'm over it. Her attorney, however, cited earlier testimony from a black district manager who was responsible for the store where the arrest took place, who described Phillips as someone beloved by her peers and worked around the clock after the arrest. And he should have been killed where he slept. Because even if that's true, we'll need you coming out and testify. Don't make it easy for white folks. Don't. And they can always find one of your black asses to sing like a fucking canary for their bitch ass. I'm over it. He should have been like, I don't know her. I never knew her. I don't know her. I couldn't tell you. It's not my issue. In an email to the Associated Press, Mariachi confirmed the award amount and said the judge will consider awarding back pay and future pay, as well as attorney's fees. Bitch, you got $600 grand plus $25 million on top of that, and now you still want fucking back pay and future pay? Nah. And this is Florida, so this is no, what state is this in? No, this is Philadelphia. I don't know who the fuck is there. Fact of the matter is, Is this the very shit that white people claim they just hate so much, you know, and had legislation when Bush was in office about, you know, the amount of Americans suing companies and suing people, and they wanted to bring those amounts down in the shit unless it's their white asses suing. You see, changing the rules while I'm playing the game. As soon as we get savvy enough to start bringing fucking litigious lawsuits and shit, then, oh, quick, there's way too many lawsuits. But they've been suing for eons and generations and shit. This bitch, now you're insulting us. Gave you 600 grand plus your 25 in fucking punitive. Take your shit. Said the judge will consider. We know who the fuck this judge is. That's what we need to know. As well as attorney fees. Mariachi told the New Jersey last week about $3 million for lost pay and roughly $1 million on her fee application. Starbucks declined comment Tuesday. I don't blame them. They should have made a statement through their lawyer and said, this is ridiculous, the bitch needs to die off. She's already gotten her money, and this is clearly now, as you could see, spin it. Say, as you could see now, clearly this was just a witch hunt for money. It wasn't. She's entitled to damages. Not that much, but they could spin it to help their company image and say, well, that I think that makes our case that this was clearly about money the entire time. We clearly had no wrongdoing and no liability in this case, but you see that this person was clearly after money based on now she's been awarded a case already and she's still after more money. I mean, you do the math and then walk away from the fucking cameras and microphones. You see what I'm saying? Yes. In April 2018 incident, Rashawn Nelson, we know what happened. We have video of the arrest, blah, blah, blah. The two men also reached a deal with the city of Philadelphia for a symbolic. Oh, they chose to take only $1. That's why they must be fucking wished death upon. And promises from officials to set up a $200,000 program for young entrepreneurs. This bitch just walked away with enough fucking money to build a fucking house in Provence and every other continent in this bitch. And you took a symbolic $1, nigga? That's why I say I have to investigate before I feel sorry for any of our people when something bad happens to them. See if you're worthy of me feeling bad for your bitch ass. I can't. Yeah. So it's 12 after midnight on the East Coast. That's not too bad. Summation. First, let me see what you guys are saying. By the way, I gotta get me some glasses that are not this bullshit. I gotta get some shit that's like down here so I could just... I can't do this. Where am I at? Sunshine, well, now that you are a... Oh, that's to Robert. Yeah, I am a mod. I read that. Robert is correct. I told Sunshine. Robert, you say I told Sunshine that I know what she's talking about. Our people worship white people as a god because, as a god besides God. Anything that comes out of their mouths is the gospel truth to them. This is a little off topic, but it's not. You made me think of something because I was watching Phil's fat ass, one of his videos because he's everywhere. You don't know, you click on one of his videos and do it. Oh, it's that bullshit. Y'all know this saying comes from me. If they are breathing, they're lying. I say that. That's the Jedi. That was given to me from the maker. His fat ass said it. As you know, as I say about these white supremacists, if they're breathing, they're lying. Cause I'm the only fucking person on earth. I speak original, dude. I don't need to copy anybody else. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I started out saying if they're speaking, they're lying. And that wasn't good enough for me. If they have a pulse, they're lying. If they're breathing, they're lying. Because I need to go to the nth degree. And there his fat ass was saying it, just so you know. Another plagiarizer. I lost my place again. Sunshine. Jedi, I feel you, brother. When the AC is hitting just right, the internal battle to turn it off gets really real. You know, it's my issue. I don't mind even so much. It's just that I'm sitting up here under all these lights, and when I turn it on, my sound changes for you. If I didn't give a fuck about you, I'd just be like, I'm turning on the air. Robert, I told Sunshine, did I just read that? I told Sunshine that our people love white people more than life itself. And I told Sunshine, anybody who rejects truth, no matter how big that truth is or small that truth is, if you reject truth, you are crazy. And you should have nothing to do with them. Like, to have nothing, big or small, the truth, it's the truth. Don't deal with people that aren't interested in the truth and that actively stand against it and shit. Like, don't do it, man. Sunshine Jedi, just a quick question. Was your Instagram account created in 2023? I want to make sure I have the correct. It's the Jedi 1814. I don't know when I created it. I didn't create it. I set it up. And I only have one Instagram. So it you see my logo that's here, my Arabic writing, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. That's the same thing over there. It's me. Robert, I went on to tell Sunshine, anybody who rejects the truth is crazy, insane, stupid, and a coward. And Christianity and the lies told to us by our oppressors about that religion has made us crazy. I would say insane. LV Glam, it's crazy those guys chose not to sue Starbucks and the police department. Yeah, you know, and by the way, who was the attorney then? Do we remember? Was it fucking Ben Crump? Do we know? You know, I mean, you do not waste an opportunity to get legitimate fucking bag coin in this bitch. That's reparations, homie. If you just know, even if you knew, I was gonna say, if you just know Oprah, then you got it like that. Then that's one thing. I don't give a damn. If this had been Oprah, she still should have collected. Cause this bitch is going for the bag, the bag, the bag, and the bag of the bag of the bag. You feel me? And you just a symbolic $1. They were ready to pay your bitch ass, and you just wanted $1. Fuck you. You should. We're not even mad at the shit that happened to you. We're sad they didn't stun your ass and fucking tase you and shit. I'm over it. I told Sunshine this love your enemies lie. This love your enemies lie, they lied on Jesus, is a lie. Jesus never said that. The Bible has been tampered with to make us better slaves. Belief in those lies has made us crazy. Can y'all see what I'm writing? Sunshine Jedi, you are correct. I remember you saying if they're breathing, they are lying, like 10 years ago. Yeah, because, you know, these people, they come and they, again, but they're all Christians or some form of, you understand? That's why I always tell you, everybody, whether you like it or not, it is the truth. The character of the Muslim is far superior over that of the black Christian in this bitch. Period. It just is. It just is. You see, instead of, it'd be very easy to say, you know, as my brother so-and-so would say, you see, when I say anything to you that's not my own, I say, this I'm about to say is not my own. This is not mine. And then I cite my source if I know it. But at the very least, I let you know this is not mine. You know. But all you gotta do is look at a fucking fat fucker like that and his non-black wife, the white bitch, who tried to claim as Latina. I'm over it. And you could know. Literally, he speaks out of one side of his mouth. He's a sloth. He can't control what he puts in his face. There's no self-control there. Robert, I said all of that to Sunshine and they deleted it. Well, we got it now. So I'm going to do a hard out, everybody, just because of the time for all of us. And I don't want to wear you out too much because I want us to be able to get together before the weekend is out. And I don't want you to be burnt out on me. And I don't want to be burnt out on me. Remember, I have to watch all my shit back. Summation. As far as we're concerned, from our crew, Tyler Perry does not own BET or VH1, and there was not even a negotiation or a sale, as far as we understand it. We have no evidence of anything at all, at all, at all, at all. And so that didn't happen. As it relates to the fat, funky white whore that murdered this sister, excuse me, in Florida, I said all I can say. Because I just don't see how, I mean, I come from when somebody just did the wrong thing to you at school when I was little. You be doing this to their ass all day. That's terrorizing them. Let them know as soon as school let out, it's on. We'll just do that shit. Alerts. Let them know it's on, bitch. It's on. It's on. You see? And how we've come to such a pass is not really mysterious to me, but that we don't seem to be interested in doing anything other than this. There is a piece I will leave you with. I think it's apropos on that I just said.
I need to make sure I have a...
So, it's sad these children lost their mother. But I think this we should be looking yet again.
I thought you had a man though.
I do. And
suspiciously, and any peace promoters. There's no any black person standing up ever and telling you you should be peaceful. That is immediately not somebody that has your best interests at heart. At all. At all. At all. And anyone proclaiming to you that you can't be victorious in the face of a fight of this white devil is nothing but a coward. And they're also dangerous. And you need to get rid of their bitch asses too. That's what it is, everybody. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I think I laid my case to show that Benjamin Crump exists to put out the fire that we righteously have and our desire to fucking exterminate this entire fucking country when something happens to us. He's the new face now to show up. You know, what they call him, the America's lawyer or some bullshit like the black people's lawyer or something, some sweeping title that puts him in gives him a holistic, like it's all y'all, I'm the attorney shit. You feel me? No. And what is his percentage Has there been any of these cases where he said, you know, we're just doing this pro bono, or we will only take cost, like just what we need to, what we spent money on, that's it. We don't want shit else. You see? Because anybody can look like they noble and claim they noble and shit, but you add money to it, and you'll see what their true character is. You see? I'm saying he went to law school, for God's sake. You know, you go to law school so you can make a lot of money. That's all fine. But you can also temper that with righteousness. You understand? And justice. The Tough Love Tarot. Tyler Perry is Will Smith. Just look at him. They are just blackface for corporation. I don't know. I think you can make the case for Will, but Tyler has been independent. You know, his whole stock and trade is that he couldn't get anybody to invest in him or do shit. So he started putting together his own plays, and he's kind of self-made. He should be sending out checks to black women everywhere every week, because they're the ones that supported his plays, and the Christian folks, which would be black women. You know, that's who he owes his allegiance to. So I don't put him in the same class as Will Smith. You know, Will Smith is, I just don't put him in the same class. I mean, Tyler Perry has his own studio. It's not like some little studio. It's rivals. When I did the piece on it, it's bigger than I don't know, was it Warner Brothers, somebody else all put together. Like, I mean, he's not playing about that. Like, we have to give some shit over. You know, that's all fine. But yeah, but he's still suspect. This Benjamin Crump person, as I say, you know, just the peace bullshit and showing up and always holding the hand of the mother and standing right there next to her, make sure she don't say the shit that needs to be said. I don't wish anything bad on anybody in my family, anybody that knows me personally, but there's a part of me that's just waiting for some shit to happen so I have to be the one to step to the mic, and you will hear something vastly fucking different. Vastly different. You'll remember, there was one of the shootings, I forget the brother's name. Remember they called his brother crazy? Well, he was acting crazy. He gave him some shit. I'm like, stop it. You're giving him reason to call you crazy. I don't remember what case it was. Somebody was shot by the police. But the brother was going ape shit. I loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Because he wasn't here for the peace bullshit. So you got to say shit he said. And then lastly, as I said, on the Starbucks thing, legally, it's 100%. It's solid. I agree with it. My only objection is that the bitch is trying to go after even more money. Like, they gave you $25 million in punitive. That will cover current, future, and wages and all the other shit you name that you still want for. Fuck you. You're taking a bite you're not entitled to now, bitch. You see. But other than that, it was solid. You know. And it didn't take a lot of lawyering to win that case at all. And as I say, it only went to that because I'm sure Starbucks was arrogant and thought they could just, that they're bigger than it. They could just get away with it. They could have just settled out of court for a lot less. Because any attorney is going to take that deal. They're willing to settle with you. If you want to go to court, that's one thing. You can take your chance on a jury, but they saying they give you money now. So, you see. But they apparently were arrogant, and now they end up paying way more than they otherwise would have. You know. I want to end on this, you guys, because of something I said, and I don't know what it is. Probably the Benjamin Crump thing. Just insinuated in that. This was on Instagram. And, well, first I'll show you the video.
I'm going to I'm married. Unless you bring in something more than my man can bring.
Damn it. I hate these because you can't rewind them. You can't stop them. You can't enlarge them. You can't do a fucking thing. So you have to wait for the shit to finish, and then you fuck it. I'm over it. Just you can go and watch it because now I'm pissed off about it. I wanted you to see. Basically, she's sitting in the car and she's like, I do have a man, but he's not official or permanent or whatever the fuck it is. And he was like, well, what are you looking for, man? And like, what do you mean? We'll just pick it up from here then. Maybe I could just do that. That won't make me as furious.
What up?
Everything is negotiable.
And she's saying everything is negotiable.
So basically, he pay all your bills. He do everything.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
Now, look how she's dressed. We're going to come to that, but that's not important right now.
I mean, he sounds like a pretty good guy then.
I know he is. It's a shame.
What you mean?
That's the law. I didn't make the rules. I need to make sure I have a monthly allowance. Like, what? Yes, what you thought?
See how his face turned up?
A monthly allowance.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to discuss that first and foremost, and then we're going to break down the other requirements.
What's the other requirements you're talking about?
It's going to be paying for my tuition. It's going to be startup costs associated with my business.
I got to do all those things.
Yes, absolutely, and more. I just got started.
But why you can't pay your own bill?
I would when I don't have to. Like, I have the power. Like, the cards are in my hands.
That's what you really think, huh?
That's what I know. That's why my bills are...
Ah, that's what I know.
Hey,
I like to travel. What you like to do?
I love to travel.
You do?
Yes. So where are we going to Dubai?
I think you could travel and get the fuck out my car. Oh! I thought you had a man.
And then it starts over. I share that with you because I typed this. I said, the delivery might be unsophisticated, but this sister's 100% right. It's time for men and women to understand that men have a responsibility to completely take care of the woman. Her money is her money, and your money is her money. The woman is the prize in life. And to many little boys who are walking around acting like they are the prize in life, if you don't understand this principle, then it's because you are not a man. We don't defend the black woman. We don't respect her. We don't support her. And yet you want her to come to the table with half. And in many cases, she is the one carrying all the load. Women need to get on their throne and stay there. Don't accept anything less than a man who understands that you are the prize. And that if he wants you, then he needs to be prepared for what comes with that. These same dudes will go out and buy a new car and treat it better than they treat their own mama. The woman has a responsibility to be righteous and fair. Don't take advantage of the man and don't lead him on. If you're not interested in a serious future with the man, then don't take advantage of him. Don't use your womanhood to trick the man or play with his feelings or his money. If the moral principles are in place, then yes, that woman is entitled to what she wants and needs. I'm happy to have a conversation with any brother who wants to or feels they need to debate this issue. Stand tall, kings. But stop seeing women as a plaything that you can just pick up and put down whenever you feel like it. If you are not serious about that woman, then keep it pushing. When we begin to treat and appreciate our women better and protect and defend them and respect them, we will build a stronger community as a people. We are the only race of males who publicly tear down and disrespect our women. We're the only race of men who air our dirty laundry about our women in public. Nobody else does that shit. there's work to be done. But this is all I will say for now. That sister sitting up there in that damn passenger seat, you can tell she's like a little chicken head type,
I wake up and eat it.
unsophisticated, housewife watching, whatever, but she's still a woman. So you got to be sophisticated enough to, you got to be wise enough to see that unsophistication, see that she's still just a little girl. She's not wifey material, like if you got whatever your imagination of wife material is. She ain't that. So she's making these pronouncements from purely a materialistic place. So you have to assess that. Still, if you're going to deal with her, you need to, she say she wanted a weekly allowance, and you got to do all that shit. That's fine. No objection. But don't act like that then because in other words, what I'm trying to say is shorthand, because I'm done. Whatever state she's in, you need to define who she is to you. And based on that, still, it doesn't change the fact that whatever goes on is on your fucking dime. Period. That's it. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And he was like, you get the fuck out of my car, because how dare a woman be making financial demands? How dare? Anyways, I'll probably do more on that piece. I hate to, I meant that as an aside to something I said. I didn't want to provoke anything now that I have to get into a long conversation, but I'm tempted to go back into that, but just not now because it's late and it's hot. So I want to say we'll be together, inshallah, before the weekend is out, you guys. And now that I've gotten this technology to work again here for my live streams on this software and not StreamYard, I'm pleased about that. And that'll make it easier for us to continue over on Jedi Africa. I also remind you guys, go and subscribe to Jedi Africa. If you don't, you will be very sorry. Do I have the channel up? It's probably not going to do it. Come on, man. Is the shit switched over or not? Okay. This is the channel. Up here at the top, you see there's a picture of me in a circle. It says Jedi Africa. That is the channel. So
Okay, everybody, here we go.
And migrate over there, everybody. You need to do it.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
You need to do it now. I've said it, and I said it. I said it, and I said it, as we say. So we'll be together, inshallah, before the weekend is out. I want to thank everybody for coming to be part of the stream. Thank you to all my moderators, and any of my regular faces, my diehards, my ride or dies. I love you guys all. I love you the most. You are my favorites. I shamelessly say I have favorites. Enjoy the rest of your evening, whether you're going to stay up late or not, whatever. Tomorrow's Saturday, sleep in. I recommend it. Yeah, as for me, I didn't eat today. So when I finish, but I did make some amazing pinto beans yesterday. And and some rice. It cheapens to say rice because my rice is so bomb. And so are my pinto beans, man. I hadn't made pinto beans in a very long time, and they are bellissima, perfecta. Anyway, so I will be snacking on that, and it's also something heavy that will help to put me to sleep, and I'll get the itis. So until we convene again, I love you guys all, and I will see you soon. This is the Jedi. And don't forget to go and donate, because our fundraiser is still going on, everybody. Don't forget to go and put something. You got 4 quarters at least. Don't say you don't, because you're watching me on the device. You sat here for however long we've been here, but you're on a device that you're paying for every month, so I know you have at least 4 quarters. Like, don't hit me with, I don't have it. You got at least 4 quarters. So go, the GoFundMe, the link for the GoFundMe is under this video. And oh, my scroll isn't going across here, but you can click on that to go to the GoFundMe, leave something, and then the Cash App is the $, the Jedi 1814. It's that easy. Go put something on it, everybody, and have a good night. I love you all. I'll see you.